Compassionate Ear, this is Cynthia speaking. I was diagnosed with bipolar and anxiety disorder, and I'm now on really good meds, and I was to the point where I could start doing something again. And I went on my back porch at night, and I prayed to God, and I asked Him to give me something that would do some good. And so in about 2 weeks, basically, Compassionate Ear fell in my lap. Yes. Well, yes, this is anonymous, yes. Well, I'd say it's a line for people to basically to call and to be listened to. A lot of people, they have alienated their family or their friends, and they don't have anyone to talk to.
Mostly what we do is listen, and it's just incredible. People will say, it really meant a lot for you just to listen to me.
It helps your self-esteem that you actually are doing something, good, doing something that helps people. It's really rewarding. It's very rewarding.
Compassionate Ear is the first peer-to-peer service that Mental Health America ever began. We modeled it after similar programs elsewhere. Now, it's interesting. We are now either the longest continuously running line in the country or the second longest continuously running line in the country. And I say that we're not sure because the other organization hasn't kept as explicit records and they can't quite determine their start date, but we're within months of each other. We serve the entire metro area and beyond. We have a local 913 number, we have a toll-free number, and we have a Spanish-speaking line. The bulk of our calls, because the bulk of our marketing happens from folks in Kansas and Missouri. However, Lois just ran reports this morning. We reached folks in 16 states this past month. We had callers call in from 16 states. With the advent of the internet and things being posted there, folks in need are looking for resources online.
Oh, you have? Oh. Did you tell your doctor? Clinical depression is like being down in a pit, like with no light, no ladder to get out. You're just stuck down in there. And it feels like nobody can help you and nobody can, get you out of this place you're in. But a lot of times if people talk things out, a lot of times it gets better and they do respond. Most
of our callers are folks who are struggling with some kind of mental illness, and they're calling because they've had a rough day, maybe because they're struggling with some symptoms. It's 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night. They may or may not have a case manager, right, because that's being cut back. They may or may not have a psychiatrist because they may not be able to afford the copays. But at 7 or 8 o'clock at night, you don't really necessarily want to call your case manager. You don't necessarily want to make an emergency call to your psychiatrist.
I would just like to say that the volunteers who work this line are really they are what makes it run, really. It's their incredible ability to reach out to people, to not give up on someone, and to keep helping people. It's an inspiration.
There's a lot of good people too,
This line is staffed, coordinated, operated entirely by consumers, peers, people with mental illness who are using their skills and their life experience to assist others. At times I've gotten responses that like, you understand, you've been there, and I said, yeah, I do, and that was the biggest thing for me whenever I found out I had mental illness and stuff, was somebody that has been there and done that. One of the most heartrending stories is a caller called on Christmas from California. And the operator that night said, how did you get our line? How'd you get our number all the way from California? And he said, I've really needed someone to talk to. I'm having a tough time. And I have this list of all the lines in the United States. You're the only people who've answered the phone. Whenever a person says thank you or you help me is just wonderful. I mean, that's the pinnacle, of what
want to hear, you know, and everything, of course. But that's just wonderful. That just, you know, makes your month, you know.